I need you to stop what you're doing. I need you to watch this for the next 2 minutes all the way to the end. And then I need you to go to the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife and submit some very simple public comment. So right now, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is seeking public input on a spring black bear season. So yes, this is not an anti-hunting ban amendment proposal regulation. This is actually the Department of Fish and Wildlife seeking public comment for a pro-hunting amendment. That's why it's so important for you to go and put your public input in. When you go there though, you'll be able to see who has submitted comments. And clearly, we are being taken to the cleaners by anti-hunters that actually want no spring bear season at all. Okay, so here is what you've got to know. The black bear population of Washington state is robust. When you look at the science and you use the most conservative estimate of populations of 0.49 bears per square mile, and you multiply that by the suggested appropriate wildlife habitat that could sustain black bears, which is approximately 34,000 square miles, and you multiply those two things together, you get a very conservative estimate of black bears, which is in the approximately 16,600 black bear range. And that's a very, very conservative estimate, right? You use the most conservative population estimate per mile to associated habitat that we believe is black bear habitat, multiplying those two things together, and you get that baseline number. And according to the science, a sustainable population harvest or take of 16 to 20% would allow for a sustaining black bear population through time. If you take that sustainable harvest percentage off of the 16,698 number, you will get a number of about 2,690, I believe, somewhere along those lines. That number is higher than what was taken in 2020. So why a spring bear hunt? Specifically in these units, there's very small units that the spring bear hunt occurs in. It's a sustainable management practice for multiple reasons. Number one, to reduce elk and deer fawn mortality, as well as timber depredation, timber damage. And so USDA APHIS, the Animal Plant Health Inspection Services, did a mammal assessment that was published in April 2021, suggesting the need for some sort of black bear take, depredation, harvest, whatever you want to call it. So what's the big deal? Well, there's not really much of a big deal. This regulation that you are putting public input on is very straightforward. They're standardizing harvest season lengths. They are clarifying the bear intake process. They're removing some warehouser lands from one of the unit, and they're reducing bear permit numbers in one of the units, the Long Beach unit. So here's the crux of the matter. So even though this public input is for this small regulation amendment for the spring bear season, the anti-hunters are utilizing it as an opportunity to just lambaste public comment and public sentiment around black bear hunting. So here is what I want you to put in the public input comment section. Number one, the black bear population in Washington state is robust, is sustainable, and is healthy. Current total statewide harvest levels for black bear are well below a science-based harvest number as calculated by bear density and habitat. Go to the link right here, go to the link in our bio, go to the link in the swipe up, Google Washington State Spring Bear Public Input and submit your public input. Public input was extended until 5 p.m. tomorrow, so you have 24 hours to put your public input in. Do it to guard the gate. Do it to show who we are, and when you submit your comments, do it respectfully, do it with facts, do it with data, and we just thank you. Thank you from the entire hunting community. Thank you from my kids who potentially will want to hunt bear in Washington state in the future.